All right. Sorry about that. I had to unplug and plug my phone in because I realized that I was plugged into a battery source that had no power. How can I work with no power? Hey, Saba, how are you? Hey, everybody, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Jilly, how are you? I hope everybody is well. Hey, man, my ocean, how's it going? Randall, yes, the after party. That's where it's at, right? The after party? Funky Fairy, Social Ben, how's it going? So, oh, you're drinking bourbon. See, I'm double fisting too, but not bourbon. Double fisting caffeine. Oh, you love the hat. Thank you, Dustin Stout. I loved your message today. So we'd love to have you on iStream Summit. Let's chat about it. Yes, send me a DM. Let's do it. We'd love to talk about it. I'll be at the Periscope Summit. I love to be at the iSummit. So for those that were tuning in, we just did a hangout with Mike and Yifat on the future of social media and really where social media is going. Mike has 4.5 million followers on Google+, which is just insanely mind-blowing. I don't even have 4.5 million probably Twitter interactions, which is pretty insane. I hit 40,000. It was funny, on the same hour I hit 40,000 Twitter followers and 4,000 Periscope followers and 1,000 Flipboard followers all in the same hour. I got all 3 notifications in my email. What does he do? He's a tech journalist. He hosts a tech podcast every week. He's definitely a fellow geek when it comes to that. Looking good, my friend. Oh, thank you, David Ross. Hey, David, how are you? I haven't seen you on the Not Meerkat. My Meerkat was not working again today. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to have to talk to my buddies over there. But reminder, I did do the update. Update is on here. I was excited. I tweeted about it. His name is Mike Elin. So I will put his, it's actually in my tweet. If you go to my most recent tweet, it's in there. But yeah, the new Periscope update is out there. Some great things in there. Some big bug fixes on switching cameras, which I think is great. It knows you're on Periscope. It's jealous. Yes. Hey, Kim Garst. Big hearts to you. Oh my goodness, I got some of my favorites in all of social media on here. So, they were interviewing us on really the future of social media, and I'm not sure. Look up Project Lighting on Twitter. All right, we'll do. One of the things that for me, I was really passionate about is I believe we're going from the online world being so disconnected from the offline world to where we're bumping up and up against the offline and online world. And I think that's exciting. I agree. The next update has to come with notification tall. I want to be able to manage my notifications. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for swiping left if you're on iPhone and swiping up if you're on Android. That means the world to me. I love the hearts, but if you're sharing with your followers, that means you want your followers to read and listen to my content, and that means the world. Yes, Kim Garth is amazing. The offline world, yes, I agree. So for me, the reason Periscope is amazing is because I get to take you with me. You get to see me. It's not even a transparent. It is me. You get to see. If you were in my hotel room earlier, you saw my clothes and my bed a mess behind it. So just discovered Periscope today. Welcome, Flying Blonde. It is a game changer. It is slightly addictive. I probably will be creating the 10-step class for all of us that are addicted to Periscope because I think it does need a 10-step addiction. Oh, thanks, Leah. You saw my Periscopes. Hey, Blake. How's it going, my friend? Cheers. Thank you guys for hearts. Thank you for sharing this with your followers. It means the world. But I really think it's all about merging these two worlds, right? So the reason this really relates, and the reason there's people like Kim Garst, and there's people like Subi Zimmerman, and there's Mashable, and there's, because you know what? They're authentic, they're real, and they're going to provide value. How do you find my old casts? Go to isocialfans.com/meerkat. So isocialfans with the letter Z.com/meerkat. I've uploaded about 40 of my meerkats. If you do /Periscope, I've done about 10 of my Periscopes are up there. I've done a little over 250 meerkats and a little over almost 200 Periscopes. So those on the Periscopes, I've been only Periscoping for the most part for the last 2 weeks, and my Periscope numbers are creeping up to my world that is Meerkat. I absolutely love being able to share my experiences, relate with you guys. Yes, I know, Kim, but I was a very early adopter. So, I was on Meerkat March 2nd, and I was on Periscope 8 minutes after it was released into the Apple Store, thanks to a friend at Twitter who let me know about both of them beforehand. So I am on Twitter. This is my Twitter handle. Twitter has changed my life for the better. It's transformed my personal life and professional. So just getting started. I know, Kim, you were going to be amazing. I mean, Kim, just alone, you sent me a beautiful happy birthday video via Facebook, and that means the world to me. You're still mad I got on Facebook. Hey, Dustin, I was there with you, right? I happen to be lucky though. I was out late at night at Social Media Marketing World and was on a pedicab on the way back from the bar to my hotel, and someone texted me and said, Periscope's live. I was on it 8 minutes later at Social Media Marketing World. So yeah, Twitter has changed my life. It's allowed me to connect with people that would have never known who I was and build relationships, engage, provide value, and honestly, it's opened up doors and windows I could never imagine. Yes, Social Media Marketing World was freaking awesome. And you know, for me, that's what it's all about. You look like you're still in AZ. I know it's hot. I'm in Virginia. I'm actually right outside Richmond, Virginia, where I'm now moving. What do you think about Gary Vaynerchuk spending more time on Facebook? You know what? Gary Vaynerchuk is genius because he tweaks, he adjusts, he's not afraid to fail. I'm addicted to Snapchat now. 6 months ago, I wrote a blog post. I said Snapchat was a waste of time. I've now got Ted Rubin on it. I've got numerous people on it. So do you keep in touch with the pedicab guy? Yes, I do. Steven, you connected me with the pedicab guy. Steven right there. Steven was on Twitter. I said I had to walk from the hotel. The pedicab guy was tweeting, said he wanted Twitter people in his pedicab because he had a Twitter logo on it. Steven connected that, offline and online. Steven does a great job of that. If you guys want to follow Steven, tweet, text or message again. Steven is awesome. He has like hundreds of thousands of followers, but he personalizes and engages. And I've said it for a long time. Yes, Dustin, I agree. I thought it was a waste of time, and now I'm in love with Snapchat. And I've had 2 people do social selling on Snapchat at me, and I've now used social selling myself once to great success. These 2, Snapchat, Periscope, work so well to personalize. So right, Mike. Oh, thank you guys for the swiping left and sharing with your followers. I should do a Periscope about why I fell in love with Snapchat and how I'm using it. Snapchat is really hard to find people to follow you on there, but you should put it on your Twitter profile, put it in your Facebook profile. Also, make sure your Snapchat handle is the same as everywhere else. My Snapchat, I had to delete my Snapchat account a month ago because I had an underscore in between here. So now my Snapchat is literally this, iSocialFans. So if you are consistent everywhere, it makes it easy to be found. It makes it less up. Snapchat versus Periscope, love it. I want to know more about social selling on Snapchat. I would love, Kim. So here's 2 examples. I have someone that's selling yo-yos. Chris is selling yo-yos using Snapchat. And I had a company reach out to me for college movers. And they Snapchatted me and said they heard that I was looking for a mover. And they Snapchat me a really cool graphic and said, if you're interested and you need help, snap us back. Well, guess who's moving me into my new house next week? Bellhop Nation, who Snapchat social sold me. Freaking genius, because it's about captured attention. So here's the difference between Periscope and Snapchat. Snapchat is about storytelling in a 24-hour period that requires your audience to be really tuned in when they're watching it. Periscope gives you a live stream engagement, but there is no engagement back and forth globally in a public setting on Snapchat. Snapchat is my favorite because it's a one-to-many relationship. So when you post to your story, anybody who's following you can see your story. But when someone comments, it's a one-to-one conversation. I've gone back and forth with Gary Vaynerchuk on Snapchat multiple times, way more times than I have on Twitter. And it's because it's this one-to-one, real, authentic. And I'll tell you, Ted Rubin called it real, raw, social. Because you post and tell everybody what you're doing. When someone engages, they don't see what everybody else posted. It's really, truly one-to-one. And I resisted it 6 months ago. I buried it. I said it was a waste of my time. I now find it amazing. And Periscope's very similar. Periscope, you know, those that are using this, the reason Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton used this in a horrible, unauthentic, the wrong way, is they didn't read the comments. They weren't connecting. You know, I wish Periscope would allow the comments to last a little longer. I wish they would allow me to scroll them. But it is about engagement. It's about connecting with your audience. I think I just changed your mind on Snapchat. Dustin, try it out. Follow. I can give you about 5 people to follow. I'll put it in a tweet right after this. I'll give people 5 people to follow on Snapchat, and I'm not one of them because I love it, but I'm not one of them. I'll give you 5 people to follow that are doing it amazingly. And if you're really design, you can be really good at it. If you're really good at storytelling, you can be really good at it. If you're really good at being yourself, you can be really good at it. And I'll give you 5 people. I'll tweet it out right after this way. Yes, Kim Garst, I will make sure to send it to you. Maybe I'll throw it in a Medium post. That's what I'll do. I'll embed this video inside of a Medium blog post with my 5 must follows on Snapchat, and I'll tweet it out to everybody who's in here. So I think my professional clients might not take me seriously in Snap. Here's the deal. You want to do business. People want to do business with people they like, with people they engage, with people they find value in. So what you truly want to do with that is think of it this way. Be yourself. People want to. I can tell you, I've got business because of the pictures I post with my daughters on Snapchat or on Instagram. Because people said, Brian, I knew what you did. I knew you talked a lot. I knew you're a tech geek. But man, I connected with you with your story to your daughters, and I have daughters as well, and I think we should really work together because it is about being yourself. Yes, Blake, and it's about connecting and providing value. Dustin Stout was talking about it earlier. You don't need more followers. You want to connect with more people and provide more value, and it's really about giving back and forth. Do you think Snapchat is more of a, yes, I do think it's a younger demographic, but here's the reason why. Us are the older demographic. I'm 34. Part of the problem is we are overwhelmed by noise. We are overwhelmed by distractions. And it's very hard. The difficulty in Snapchat is scale. Yes, storytelling in real time. There is nothing I love more than storytelling. I study it. I will never master it. But I can tell you, if you get better at storytelling, your drive-through order will be messed up less. Your conveying your value proposition will be messed up less. Your spouse will respond to you less, or respond to you better, or maybe respond to you less if that's your goal. But the key to that is storytelling. It's relating, it's listening, it's engaging. Snapchat allows me to do that. Snapchat allows me to be very human. Can you do a QVC sort of thing on Snapchat? Yes, you can. So if you go to Snapchat, they have a little yellow, it's a little yellow ghost. If you tweet that out, anybody who takes a picture of that, when you open up Snapchat and use that picture, they automatically follow you. So it's a great way of doing that. I know, talking too fast. It's because, I tell you what, Periscope is going to make all of you guys talk fast like me. Because the comments disappear so fast. Thank you guys for sharing, swiping left and swiping right, and all the hearts. You guys rock. Do you know how many monthly users use Snapchat? I don't know the exact number. I do know it's extremely high. I can put that number in my, here, let me make a note of that. I want to put that on my list. Oh, you like that I talk fast? I know. I try to tell people, they always tell me, oh, thank you, Funky Fairy. Yes, you know what? Know why they're on Snapchat? Is because they believe in that one-to-one relationship, and also they want to be human, but they don't need it to stay around forever. So I actually have somebody that did a really great Snapchat tutorial for anybody that hasn't used Snapchat yet. I'm gonna pull it up right now because my friend Ben did a Snapchat. Look at this, I already had it up. Here you go. If you guys want to, here it is. Search that title either in Google or in Medium. I'm gonna leave it on the screen here for a second. So if you guys can, The Noob's Guide to Using Snapchat. This is my buddy Ben. Yes, thank you, Kristen, for putting this is an awesome guide. Look at this guide that he did. He tells you how to set it up. And this is why it's awesome, because look, that's him himself. He's a must follow. He's one of my must follows. He tells you all the nuances. Look at this. This is an awesome guide. Awesome. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you think it's a great scope. Look how long this guy, look how much work he had. You know, I preach show you care, and Ben showed he cared in this awesome post. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top. You guys can look at it yourself. I'm not going to read it for you. But search there. There you go. Screenshot that. Thank you for all the hearts. Guys, reach out. Ben is awesome. He is so funny. He's a great dad. He takes pictures when his kids are falling asleep on his chest. He is really doing great things with Snapchat, and definitely a must follow. No, right now you cannot. Whenever you bounce, if you're streaming, whenever you bounce out of your app, the stream dies, unfortunately. Meerkat, it gives you 7 seconds, but here it doesn't. I've started using both Periscope and them together for business. Did all. Awesome. That's awesome, Mark. That's great to hear. And here's the thing. It's about storytelling, but it's also about listening and engaging with your audience. If your audience is not there, don't do it. Why do you have a camera on my Mac? So that's a great question. So I do a weekly sponsored Google Hangout every single week. I do 2 of them, and this is the best web camera for the money. It has a great speaker on it, but it's the HD version. And when you're uploading your videos to YouTube, this thing is amazing, and it's not that expensive. It's the Logitech, I believe it's the C90. Yeah, I think it's the C90. Would you recommend Meerkat or Periscope? Well, I use both, but here's the thing. It's all about understanding your audience. Since I use both, I don't think everybody should use both, but I think you should kind of listen on both of them. So what's the brand? What's my brand? Oh, what's the brand? Logitech. Logitech and that, sorry. Your audience is, okay, I got one for you. And here, what's your site? Christian psychologist. All right, I got one for you. Here's the deal. Your audience might not be on there, but people that influence your audience and people that tell your story might be on there. And this is what I want to mean by that. So I was talking to a jeans company, women's jeans. Their jeans are, you can't migrate audiences, no, between the two. I have 20,000 followers on Meerkat. I have 4,000 on Periscope. Completely 2 different worlds. But here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk to you about influence. Here's something to remember. This jean company is selling jeans to stylish jeans for moms between the ages of 35 and 45. Who is their target demographic? And if you guys have already heard me tell this story, then you guys are cheating. But who do you think influences people that are buying jeans between the ages of 35 and 45 women? 13 to 18-year-old girls. Why? Moms at that age listen to their daughters on what jeans are trendy, what jeans their kids or their friends are talking about that moms should wear. So your audience that are purchasing the jeans might not be on Snapchat, but the audience that is actually influencing, they can tell your story, they can say, hey mom, I saw this awesome jean company did a really cool skit, they're on there. That is value. And so it's oftentimes, it's not only just who your customers are, but who is your broader audience that really truly can do cool stuff. And I think that is a game changer if you can do that. That's why I tell somebody that, someone tells me that their audience isn't on Pinterest, I tell them they're crazy. If they'll tell me that their audience doesn't like pictures on Instagram, I tell them they're crazy because you can storytell on Instagram. Oh, I'm freaking genius. No, I'm not a genius. You know what I am? I love sharing great stuff that people are doing. I love connecting great people. For companies, what is your opinion? Better Snapchat or Periscope? Two different content. So on Snapchat, you have acquired attention that can be consumed in 24 hours when they want it. Periscope is live, authentic, real, and it's engagement. It's two-way, right? Right now, I came on here to talk about recapping my last, my Google Hangout I just did. I've been talking about Snapchat, Periscope, Meerkat. It's all about, hey, what does my audience want to hear? Snapchat is about conveying your story and then engaging one-to-one. So I think of them as two different platforms. One doesn't replace the other, but it's all about storytelling. Both come down to storytelling. Oh, that's exactly what I thought. What did Dustin say? Dustin always says knowledge bombs. Guys, if you aren't following Dustin Stout, if you're not subscribing to his email list, you are missing out. So go to dustin.tv. Dustin, put your, what is my site? My site is isocialfans.com. But Dustin, put your website in there for everybody to sign up for your email list. His email newsletter is one of 4 newsletters that I subscribe to and listen to every single day. It's never blocked. It's one I read. Dustin, yes, Blake is great too. Blake has been pumping out some great content. There it is. We call it peripheral audience. I like it. Dustin Stout, put your email newsletter in there. What's the website for that? He gives you design tips. He gives you places for free graphics. He gives you templates for social. So like if you want to have the perfect image on the background of your Twitter account or the background of your LinkedIn account, he gives you those templates. There it is. Dustin without the I. Dustin TV without the I, Dustin.tv. Hit the subscribe button, put your email in this. You won't hear me promote anybody's email address. There's only 5 of them that I read every single time I get it. Dustin Stout is one of them, and it is that good of content. And there's nobody else I turn to for design advice, for true, authentic, real, someone that gets it than Dustin. So that's it might sound like a promotion, and I'm actually hopefully will be giving Dustin some business very soon on the website. But as a person, he is awesome. I definitely recommend following him. Kim Garst, who was in here before, Boom Social. If you're not following her on Facebook, her Facebook page, there's no excuse. If you are on Facebook, you have to truly go follow Kim Garst's Facebook page, because you know what? She doesn't need paid reach. Her organic reach on her Facebook page is because she is real, she creates great content, she loves her audience, she cares about her audience. Her Facebook page is an example of everybody else's Facebook page. If you took Kim Garst's advice on how she runs her Facebook page, you truly could do awesome things on Facebook page. The problem is we try to treat our Facebook page kind of like we do LinkedIn and kind of like we do other things. So Next Millionaire, awesome, I love it. Love Boom Social, yes. Hey, it's my favorite thing, truly. There's nothing I enjoy more than connecting great people with great people to do great things. And so if I could connect you with a couple great people and you go do great things and you tweet me and say, Brian, you connected me with Dustin. Dustin helped me redesign my website and now I'm getting more value now. So it's Kim Garst, G-A-R-S-T, Kim Garst. She is truly, and she is even nicer and kinder than she appears online, and she is already kinder and kinder there. If you're looking for Instagram advice, for awesome Instagram help, Sue B. Zimmerman. Sue B. Zimmerman is there. And I don't know why I feel like I'm promoting now, but I feel like if I can connect you with a couple people that are doing great things. Yes, Kim Garst is amazing. This is Sue B. Zimmerman. I'll put Kim Garst up here right now so you guys can see that. Kim Garst is amazing. Her Facebook page is must, but she's also a must follow on Twitter. Everybody see that? Awesome. Dustin Stout, yes. Sue B. Zimmerman. She goes by the Instagram expert. Follow her on Instagram. She gives you truly awesome Instagram tips for free. You don't have to sign her as a coach. You can, but no problem. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And here, I'm gonna follow you real quick. I appreciate your value and audience. Hey, and you know what? That's what it's all about. Is the best on Instagram. Yes, and her Periscope. I feel very honored because one day when Sue is known as like one of the best on Periscope, she did her first Meerkat with me, and I helped her give her a little bit of advice on how to do Periscope. And then all she did was turn on her personality and turn on her value and her spark. And Sue B. Zimmerman puts out awesome, truly awesome Periscopes. All I do is smile and I take notes because she drops knowledge bombs every day. If you had one person to follow, who would it be? What industry, or what was your industry, or what? I can give you an answer there. I just need a little bit more. One person to follow on social media. If I had to pick one person to follow on social media globally, it's easy. It's a no-brainer for me. And it might shock some of you, but Jay Bear. You follow one person that gets it across all social media. Jay Bear. His books are must-read. His content is must-read. His authenticity is must-read. Everything he does in his podcast is must-listen. Everything. Jay Bear is the man. Oh, thank you. Jay Bear would be, if I had to pick one person, and even more so, and I'm a big lover and believer in Gary Vaynerchuk, but Gary Vaynerchuk, oftentimes we aren't as fortunate as Gary has, as the audience he has, the brand he's building, the company he has. Jay Bear, here it is. I'm gonna give you guys it right now. You guys see that? I don't know if there's a glare. Jay Bear. Truly, I read his book. He has a book called Utility. I read his book and Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook. It transformed my brand. Transformed reading those two books. Utility and Jab, 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 Right Hook. Yes, I have seen Grant Cardone. I will be on stage with Grant Cardone in September. Grant and I are both speakers at the Periscope Summit. So I love what Grant's doing. Grant's engaging. He's providing advice. Grant's doing great stuff. He's doing a lot of scopes, and he does it. He's like me. Actually, I tweeted at him yesterday, and I asked him, we need to compare numbers. He might be the only person that has done as many Meerkats and as many Periscopes as I've done. I don't think there's anybody else that's done 200 Meerkats and 200 Periscopes. Jay Bear, it's bear like the animal, except the A and the E are switched. You guys see that right there? What is my company? So I'm the chief digital strategist at a company called BroadSuite. It's BroadSuite Media Group. I host a podcast. I host 2 weekly Twitter chats and hangouts, and I help brands connect with their influencers and create better content. Thank you guys for swiping left on and sharing it with your followers, or swiping up and sharing it with your Android followers, and all the hearts. I always appreciate that. Nice to know follows me. Yes. Where are you based? I'm in Virginia. I just moved from Arizona. I lived in Arizona for the last 7 years. I moved to Virginia. I'm in Richmond, Virginia now. Grant and his team are really rocking. I agree, Steven. It's great content. It's full of information. It's engaging, and they get the platform. Grant is killing it. I wish I had a team. I need a bigger team. My team's small right now. My team's in here. Kristen Cardos is on my team. She is a rock star, but I need a bigger team. I need, Kathy Hagel? Oh, very cool. That'd be interesting, Blake. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I'll give you, I'd be happy to give some advice and tips that I've learned now doing Periscope and Twitter chats. But I think it's a good idea. I think the reason I like Meerkat, because Meerkat pushes the comments to Twitter. Oh, you were born in Richmond? No kidding. Well, I went to school, high school in Virginia Beach, went to college at Radford. I'll be on your team in a heartbeat, Steven. Oh, Steven, I might take you up on that. Well, we'll see. I got some stuff coming up very near future. Maybe we have to do that. You've made 330. Hey, I actually really like your 336. That's impressive. Yeah, and actually, Cork, I saw you gave out. I don't know if you saw that I was watching, but you gave out like your top 25 people to follow on Periscope. Do you have that on a blog? Because I thought you did a great job of explaining, and your accent is amazing. I love the global audience. I love being able to listen to global scopes because I talk really fast and all over the place. Other people have awesome dialect, and they also use cool words like cheeky. My friend London lady in here, I was watching her scope yesterday, and she said, "Oh, you're being cheeky," and I love that word, cheeky. But yeah, Cork, do you have a blog post with all 25 of those people for must follow on Periscope? Because I would love to share that out to my audience. I've been building an audience. On June 30th, I'll be keynoting on the value of mobile live broadcasting for brands. All right, cheers, Jules. Hey, Jules, thank you for jumping in. Tell Jen Cole I said hi. Thanks to Jen for connecting. I got to take selfies with Jen at Social Shakeup last week. So, yeah, I just realized I'm really loud outside of Starbucks. A list of 37. Oh, yeah, it was like 36, then you added one, right? Yes, send me that list, and I will tweet it out to everybody. Guys, make sure you're following. He's doing lots of great Periscopes from all different, he's doing from pubs and doing them from all different places. But yeah, please do tell her, let her know that. But she rocks. So, you know, the reason I love what we're doing, and I think the future of social media, the future of business is community, the future of marketing is social good. It is truly, truly about great people doing great things, and Periscope gives people a window into those great people. Maybe that couldn't figure out how to blog, and maybe didn't have the engine behind them to create great YouTube videos. You're a social media director for Emmy Awards show. Would love to join your team. Really? All right, connect to me. Are you guys following me? I sent you a link for Snapchat stats. Awesome. Thank you, Dewey. And I'm gonna follow you on here right now too. And here's another thing on Periscope. I follow a lot of people, but you know why I follow a lot of people on Periscope? Is because even if you don't scope, I love when people recommend great things. Oh, thank you. Amira, thank you. The reason I did the hat, I'll give you a quick story behind that, then I'll tell you why I follow who I follow. My friend Ted Rubin, who's become a mentor of mine, told me, Brian, you talk a lot, you're all over the place. The Walt Whitman Show, there you go. Poetry and chat. You're all over the place, but you will never stand out at South by Southwest. And so I woke up in the middle of the night, I said, you know what, I'm gonna put this saying on a book bag. Then I realized, well, my book bag's gonna be low and no one's gonna really see it. So I made this hat, I went to Lids, made the hat, but my next hat I'll be made at Funky Fairy. Funky Fairy, if you're here, hey Saba. Yes, Ted Rubin is a mentor and a friend. Oh wow, I should blog after these. Actually, so I am doing that. That's a great, Risa. So now what I am doing is so I record and keep all of my Periscopes. Every one of them I save to a camera roll and I've uploaded. I use if this then that. It automatically uploads it to Box. So every single one. Oh, thank you, Buzz. Make sure, yeah, you've connected me on Twitter. I save all of them. My goal now is I'm gonna actually upload them, and my team is gonna be able to take that, embed it in a blog post, put some content around it, and then you guys can watch them again. So I am gonna do that. But yes, I do speak live. I do that's kind of my latest gig. I do lots of keynote speaking. How do you do that? I save every video to my camera roll on here inside of Periscope. That's how you record them. The comments aren't on there and the hearts aren't on there, but the video itself is there. So then you guys are able to see that. That's why I repeat. Just a tip for everybody: if you don't repeat what's going on here, if you don't repeat the comments, then you're gonna when people are watching the replay, it's not gonna make as much sense. Periscope topic recommendations. Tell your story. Make sure you remember it's a tweet that goes out. So use hashtags. Don't use too many. And make sure when you're conveying what you're going to do on there, make sure that you share what it is. Yes, if this then that automatically uploads it. Oh, I'll send you the recipe. So I have a recipe that says whenever a video is saved in my camera roll, automatically upload it to Box whenever I hit a Wi-Fi network. So another tip for Periscope, whenever you hit live, the very first thing the back camera sees is what your thumbnail is when people are searching for you. So what I do is I actually hold this out in front of the back camera. So I hit it like this. As you notice, this is the beginning of my video. So the thumbnail, whenever someone's scoping through mine, is this. And that thumbnail is only what that camera sees that very first second. I think they need to fix that. But for right now, that is something you need to do. You think that would work on Android camera roll? Yes. Blake, if this and that has more recipes for Android than they do for iOS. So I think that probably would work in a heartbeat. Yes, definitely follow Steven. Steven is great. Is there still a place for Google Hangouts now? We have Periscope and Meerkat. So if you guys, I tested a new feature. I've been facing the camera at my website. Yes, I do that too. And actually I've been creating a Canva graphic and then facing the camera towards the camera graphic so that it comes in as the thumbnail. That's another way to do it. There's a feature in Meerkat that's going to come out very soon that I used yesterday. I'm part of the beta 2 team that has a test account with them that will be really awesome. So I'm not going to answer if Periscope and Meerkat are going to kind of transform Google Hangouts, but I will say stay tuned. How about that? How about let me answer that question in a month. But yeah, so this is like what a graphic here. This is a graphic I made for that chat that I was just took me because I timed myself because I'm kind of a geek. It took me 8 minutes. So I created this graphic here on Canva, canva.com. Periscope you can only stream from your phone. and you can only engage from your phone. Meerkat, you can engage from your browser, so I recommend watching and streaming, of course, from your phone. But really, that's a Canva graphic. It took me 8 minutes because I'm working on prioritization. You can stream from your iPad, except because there's not a Periscope app, you have to download the Periscope iPhone app, and it looks like crap. Look at that. It looks like crap. So I do it because I stream on both devices, but I recommend if you're going to use both. All right, cheers. No problem. Glad I could help. I use the Meerkat actually has an iPad app, so I use their iPad. Yes, Guy and Peg are awesome. Peg's no longer at Canva anymore, but Peg is awesome still. Canva is great. They're a great company. Melanie and everybody over there. Hi, Miss A Foodie. How are you? Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you for swiping left and sharing with your followers. You guys truly rocks. So, but yeah, I'm gonna. Any last questions for me? I'm gonna get out of here too. I'm gonna go home and see my wife and kids, give them lots of hugs and see them. But any last questions or comments? Yes, I know Periscope on iPad's useless, and the video quality is piss poor, not worth it. I sometimes use it to watch other ones. So, great scope. Oh, thank you, Aaliyah. And hey, Aaliyah, I love the content that you're creating on Periscope. You're doing a great job of relating and connecting with your audience. I was following you for a long while, and then I had an unfollow problem, so I unfollowed a bunch of people, and I just realized I wasn't following you again. So I refollowed you the other day. So, oh, third-party apps for Snapchat. Yeah, I don't know much about that. I'll have to look into that, or I have to reach out to my Snapchat connections. So, but that's all I got. Thank you guys so much. I will save this video. It'll be able to be replayed for 24 hours in Periscope. You can go back and watch a replay with all the comments. 24 hours from now, I will upload this into YouTube, so you can watch this at any time you want. So just make sure you go to isocialfans.com/Periscope. isocialfans.com/Periscope. 24 hours from now, I'll have this uploaded there, and you guys can watch it, take notes, do anything you want. So I'm so glad you guys follow. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for those that support me, those that are new watching me. Welcome to the family. Welcome. I'm glad we can look each other in the digital eyeballs. And if I can help you, if we can engage, if I can provide value, let me know for sure. So with that, I will leave you with this. Find ways to show you care. If you are on Twitter, go out of your way to create great content, but go out and find a way to stand out from the noise. Tell someone thank you. Send them a Twitter video and say, I really appreciate your content. Or even maybe if you're great on Twitter and you're connected to them on LinkedIn, send them a LinkedIn message to tell them thank you for doing what you do. It'll change their world, and it's something simple, and it'll make them remember you. Truly. Stand out from the noise by finding a way to show you care. If you do it, it'll help. I love Twitter video for saying thank you and showing I care. With that, cheers, my friends. Make it a great one.